Hi, I'm with Scott Duguid. We're just north of Gimli and his cattle operation. Scott, we've been here at a pasture management in a drought year kind of gathering here today. How has the season been looking for you so far this year?
Very dry this year. We just cracked 1 inch of rainfall, very minimal winter snow moisture either. So it's been very challenging and changing my management practices to kind of follow what's happening.
Okay, and we're standing on this pasture here. What kind of management practice are you following right now for your cattle?
Adaptive grazing.
Okay.
Moving fences to kind of match up to a day's worth of grazing, and then as we have to leave for the long weekend coming up, we're give them a larger chunk, and then we'll go back to providing small areas and trying to put our cover down and work with what we have.
And how many acres are they on right now here?
Currently it's just approximately 1 acre for today's move. Yeah.
And there's about 120 head here, if I heard
120 pairs.
120 pairs,
yeah.
Okay. So what is the size of your operation, the name of your operation too, actually?
I'm Lockwood Farms,
okay.
And I farm with my dad, which is Lake Forest Farms, and we farm together. Combined, we're seeding, I seeded 1,400 acres this spring.
Okay.
We run approximately 200 and just under 250, I think it was 240 pairs we calved out.
Okay.
And approximately 40 heifers breeding right now.
Okay. And I think unfortunately you showed me an area you had seeded earlier this year, a cover crop mix that was seeded into a wet area to kind of originally bring the moisture out.
It was seeded in, okay.
Previous year it was seeded into a wet area, then it kind of helped that out, but now you're in a dry area and you're kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah. So the whole idea on that one is we seeded fall rye to deal with last year's excess moisture.
Right.
But we capitalized on that by grazing it this spring and using it as our calving ground. So it was all fresh ground, worked wonderful. It was very enjoyable. It was healthy, no coxy, no problems that way. Everybody calved and it was great. And then destroyed the field because fall rye may have an effect on small seed germination. Gave it its appropriate time and direct seeded with a disc drill back in. And we just ran out of moisture at that point.
Right.
So.
And then the amount of moisture that you would normally see in a good year compared to this year, what have you seen in terms of percentage roughly?
Oh, I'd say we're at, I know we just broke 1 inch of rainfall since early spring.
Wow.
And normally we're probably get this one wrong, but we're probably at about 8 to 10 inches.
8 times that at least, yeah, for sure.
So I know some areas are better off. They're talking 50 to 70% of normal.
Okay.
But we must be at that 10%.
So what has that meant for having to move your cattle from place to place in order to maintain their grazing?
We've been doing for a number of years rotational grazing. In the drought years, we'll go to high intensity grazing.
Okay.
But this year, with everything being dormant, we've gone to what I'll call a total grazing system, where we'll just move in, slow them down, take as much as we're comfortable taking, pack down a little bit, and then move off. And the whole idea is not to be back for over a year.
Okay.
Yeah, and that will change as moisture levels and regrowth happen.
And I think I overheard somebody saying earlier too in the day that you'd like to stagger when they come back. You don't want to come back in the same time a year from now. You'd like to give it a couple months after that too.
Yeah, on leeway on either side.
Yeah.
The whole idea here on this pasture itself is we try to get here after August long, and some of our grazing is dictated by the amount of traffic on the highway here.
Oh, okay.
So after August long, everything slows down, so we kind of move towards. But I was planning to be here a couple of weeks ago on this one just to upset the whole system and change my flow. But with failed crops at home, we moved into some grain land and grazed it off so that we can get ready to start over again on that when it does rain.
So Scott, how do you think your management practices have benefited your pastures given that we're in such a dry cycle again?
Well, from our last drought a number of years ago and going into extremely wet springs and overland flooding, with going in, leaving so much behind, not taking everything every year, and packing it down and trying to provide ground cover. Like right now where we are, it's this was actually supposed to be a hay field, so it's little bit different conditions than I like, but doing what I've done in the past has really affected what I'm going through right now. So like I have more green material than lots of looking over the fence at some other pastures. And that is all dictated to what I've done in the last number of years.
So Scott, if we don't see much more rain come this year, before this fall,
Yeah.
what does that mean for your feed going into winter?
As of right now, the feed in the winter is the concern. I believe that we can carry ourselves through right till November on our pastures that we currently have with slowed down. It will take a little bit of supplemental protein or energy sources to digest a little bit more mature forages, but the winter feeding is the concern because we're down to, on our average of our first crop was 2,000 pounds dry matter an acre, and we're normally used to 6,000 to 8,000 pounds plus a second crop, even a third crop, and this year our second crop is non-existent. So we'll be changing our winter feed system into a little bit more straw-based and byproduct, and there may be a need to reduce herd. Kind of a number I've been thinking is 10 to 15% right now. If anything, if we don't get moisture and a little bit more grazing later on, yeah, it could be 20%. But I think we're looking okay at this point.
Is there anything you wanted to add or anything you want people to know about what you're dealing with out here that I didn't ask you about today?
We're just adapting to what's happening around us. I don't know what else to say.
Well, thank you for your time, Scott. I appreciate you inviting us out here today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great herd.